In today's time, parents are facing so much problem. The problem is that for our children, because in this time are mostly children facing dyslexia problem. The meaning of the dyslexia is that lack of awareness between the people, in front of the people, while copying something from the board, while talking something from person to person. So these kind of things happening. Why? Just because of dyslexia. So as we celebrate yet another October as a World Dyslexia Awareness Month, it is a good time to reflect and take the conversation forward on a much required focus area for children in schools and colleges. One of the inclusion of learners with neurodiverse needs. Neurodiversity essentially is the idea that every individual is different and will have a different way of thinking, learning, and behaving, and therefore there is no right or single way to learn. Differences are not deficits. The term neurodiverse refers to diversity in general but is often used in the context of specific learning disabilities called SLD. And some others, SLDs parent an unusual set of learning challenges that fall under the category of hidden disabilities, such as dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dysgraphia. Often there is a stigma attached to these, and so the child as well as the parents resist reaching out for help as these are overtly not obvious. In this cycle of hiding, tremendous harm is done to the learning journey of a child. Students who battle learning difficulties are often wrongly labeled as lazy, slow learners, distracted, not focused, not putting in enough effort, and are always falling short of expectations of parents and teachers alike. They are often pulled up in class, and therefore confidence takes a beating as they confront educators who do not fully understand their difficulties. This can lead to struggles with mingling with peers and anxiety issues. Getting through a normal school day becomes very difficult as these children face challenges with reading, writing, basic math, copying from board, spellings, grammatical mistakes, completing tasks on time, or reading aloud. What then is the solution? How do we battle this stigma? Students with SLDs usually have average to above average intelligence. In fact, this is one of the parameters for diagnosis of dyslexia, where there is a gap between the children potential and school results. These students are creative, innovative, have quick problem solving skills, are excellent and reasoning and seeing the bigger picture, and have strong empathy and interpersonal skills. These can be harnessed to lead to meaningful professions, whether in science, entrepreneurship, engineering, or any creative field. Many focused inventors, highly creative artists, successfully professionals, and businessmen have been dyslexic, some diagnosed and not some not. With proper support and some accommodations, students can go on to achieve any career they choose. All that is needed is an inclusive, forward thinking support group around them, wherein they can learn as per their modified learning requirements and confidently move ahead until they reach the workforce. There is no dining that on first being faced with a diagnosis of dyslexia, it's tough for any parent to accept it and understand how to help their child. But these two factors are critical in being able to support the child. So, parents, let's act together. First of all, what should we have to do for our child? Dyslexia and other such hiding learning difficulties are nothing to get alarmed about. They are simply put just learning challenges and very often can run in families. All they mean is that the individual will learn differently and conventional teaching techniques may pose difficulties to these students. Research has established that the brains of persons with learning disabilities are differently wired, and that is what causes the learning differences. Teaching techniques need to be slightly modified from conventional teaching patterns. Once a parent accepts that their child is not only just a different learner and all that he or she needs is the right support during school and college, the learning journey becomes much easier and more manageable. Second thing, what we will have to get from our child, what he or she facing most of the time. Second, confidence. The second important area where parents can play a part is in building and maintaining the child's confidence or self-esteem. A child facing the pressures of studying in a school system that may not be fully geared to support learning difficulties has a tough journey. Every day at school poses new and difficult challenges. The child can begin to lose confidence as he or she battles the pressure of copying with the studies, dealing with peers who may not be supportive, and are facing the stigma of this hidden disability. In all this, the first thing that filters is confidence and self esteem. Parents need to be aware and do whatever they can, be it working and communicating with the school. Teachers and friends are reaching out for extra time or reading or writing support. The most important being to focus on the child's strengths and making sure that those get highlighted. This boosts confidence and that in turn has positive holistic impact on the child's learning journey. Third thing is that tools for support. How we can handle our child if he or she are facing dyslexia problem. Today, there is increasing awareness and support for neurodiverse learners, and many educational institutions are trying to implement inclusive teaching methods. The journey can also be made easier by remedial measures and assistive technology. However, there is still a hands-on approach needed from the parents to stay in communication with the school and work with them. Very often, self-advocacy is tough and emotionally draining, and many come in only as the child is older. During the early years, the parent does need to step in. It can be in helping to plan, teaching, learning, schedules, working with remedial teachers, school subject teachers, getting support by readers, writers, extra time, or using the newer techniques of assistive technology. A well informed, communicative, and emotionally secure parent who can be an understanding, caring, and contributing partner with their child through this journey can be a game changer. If our parents fully understand that what problems are having in our child. So that time we can eradicate from this kind of problem. As October as a World Dyslexia Awareness Month. So in this month we will have to be forward for our children, for our students, so that we can come forward what they are facing right now.